Good morning, everyone. I know it's been a while since you've seen me. Yes, one of the reasons why is, as you can see, my hair much more blonder, and I had to do a lot of repair since I probably boxed, colored them for 3 or 4 boxes since the last time I've seen you, or you've seen me. So basically, as you can see, they're still quite frizzy, but compared to what they were, now I have to go back all the way back to all of my products that do repair, because the natural oils, I've learned the very first time that when you bleach or do a lot of damage to your hair, natural ingredients don't work anymore. You actually need synthetics, petroleum products to bond all those little frizzy hair cuticles. So, and I came across a little hack, so that's why I'm making this video. Now, you've probably seen me with the making videos on these individual products. This is one of the Silky Smooth, and this has the Aragon Cleo blend. Now it says Frizz Control Silk and Smooth. It doesn't work that well. Okay. Then of course we have the keratin repair, and this is when we're going to go down the keratin hole. This one, what I really like, it has the Plex. Now, if you watch the Olaplex brand, that's what their entire brand is on, and that is trademarked. So I guess they did buy some and put it in here, and that really does well with the keratin. And what I've done is, it was like I said, these are all finished, like there's nothing in them. I used them, and this one, like I said, I got them all back from the grave, the last bit. I even have to add a little bit of water, and I noticed I can leave this in, and this is one of the hacks I'm going to show you. Now for another conditioner, and this is the hyaluronic Plex. Now the hyaluronic Plex, I find with this rich moisture thing, as you can see, there's still lots. Now what I really like is the Silk Smooth. I know it has the Aragon, but it has the Aleo blend, and that is something that is trademarked, so that is some sort of synthetic that they made, and that is very, very nice. I find as the shampoo yesterday, and it really, but again, you have to be very careful, because again, this one has the purple. Now it will smooth out your hair, but if you use purple like I did to get rid of the red, it's going to dry up your hair again. So that's where you need a lot of conditioner, and you need a lot of shampoo that fixes this stuff. Now I even put in, and I don't have it with me here, I put straight keratin cream. There's a lot out there that you can buy. As you can see, I have basically nothing left now, because I want to comb my hair a little bit, or at least get some of this frizzy that is driving me crazy in control. Now what I did with this conditioner, I added 50% water, or whatever left at the bottom that I had, and it seemed to be really good to just hydrating the hair back into its shape, but it only lasts 3 or 4 hours maximum. It's not a long term, but what I find the hack is not only that it doesn't make your hair heavy or oily, you'll see it by the time we finish the makeup, is that it actually literally condition them, so keeps them really nice. By the time you get to the shower, you are like well conditioned. It's like having a what they call it, a pre-poop mouth, whatever conditioner, whatever they call it. So you'll see, even with that little bit, will do a really nice job in keeping it under control and looking like I actually took care of my hair and not just woke up. Now, another hack that I've heard is about, so let's put this a little bit back here so we don't get it, is I wanted to see that I do have a little bit of bags. Now, of course, bags are caused, for me, they're caused from consuming any types of corn syrup. And I don't only get bags, but I get bags and then bags in between the legs. So corn syrup, corn, anything to do with corn, even if the chicken ate corn, I swear to God, anything that has to do with any lectins, beans, any fruit, any vegetable with oxalates, that all have oxalate, doesn't matter, just a little bit poison or no poison, there's no difference, they're all poisonous. Then what else? I want you to really see these bags. So I get bags, and swollen stomach, upset, all sorts of discomfort, bags there and bags there. Now, of course, because we're humans and we can't just live on a perfect diet or a very limited diet more than anything. So as we cheat, our body shows what it is. So what I want to show you today, the other hack, is about vagina cream on your face. Yeah, I said that with a straight face. Okay, so what is vagina cream, if you haven't heard of it? Well, I seen one of these. I follow one of my I guess she's probably about 6 years younger than me. So I follow and see any of her tips, and she's really good. So one of these tips is about the vagina, how important it is that we need our hormones replacement, and I do believe it's important. You have to be careful because each woman is different on the amount that she needs. But one of the things that I found is that it elicitates an orgasm. Now, do I have the chart here with me? No. Well, I discovered a chart. And this chart describes how us as females, like as a survey, how in what different degrees we of different types of sexual I guess sexual preference and what brings us to an orgasm. And it's an overwhelming, I thought it was just me. Nope, it's an overwhelming percentage of women not only cannot come to a climax naturally, but the excuse me, is when Maybe it's my subconscious. We've all been raised in one way or another that is sex is bad. You're not supposed to talk about it. You know, especially our mothers, you know, if you're dirty, if you think about it, even when you were going through your hormones and all sorts of things. So, one of the things that I have discovered, again, it's that it's not us. Some were being already pre-programmed that we think of our mothers with a middle of intercourse. Yeah, I have, especially my not teen years, but in my pre-sexual years at the beginning. Then there's us that have been in one form or another molested by someone. And so, and I believe that every woman on earth, I don't care what nationality, I don't care how good you came in, what good family you had, and how much protection you had, and whatever. There is always predator that at one time or another, even if it's a teenage boy that is next door and you're only 4 years old, and of course, as women, we're constantly naive. We're not being educated to protect ourselves. We're being educated that what we feel is bad. So that, of course, creates the perfect conditions for the predator. Because if the predator does anything, we feel whatever the predator does, and we get confused with our feelings and going, what really happened? If that should have really have happened, we go to our mother at the time, is our confidant, especially when we're 4 years old, and they point a finger at you. You were not, you were too promiscuous at 4 years old. What? So, many mothers, because themselves were not sexually prepared, and sexually damaged, so they will bring that upon the child and continue that, and the predators are able to enter. And guess what? The woman is the one that suffer at the end, because she never really had a good sexual relations, sexual feeling, a basic orgasm to really feel the release, even just for that. So, oh, by the way, you gotta get rid of all the children, because this is not the topic for that. I'm sorry about that. But nevertheless, the whole point is this. Now we're in our 60s, like I am, or you're in your 35 to 40 when you're really having difficulty, because now you're starting to think for your, the pressure is starting to build up. You're becoming hysterical. Yeah, that's what they used to call us in the 18th century, hysterical, put her in a mental institution, but not realizing that we're built up with freaking stress. I mean, if you ever see a man, if he does not have some sort of release in a very short period of time, depending on the man, he becomes hysterical. But they know, oh yeah, I'm hysterical because I haven't done this. But a woman, no, God knows. So there's all this stigma on top of it that really ruin us completely. So let me get to the subject. We need the help Not only because we're aging, but we need the help because of certain stimulation. So it seems to be reported that the genitalia, or the clitoris, is our only way of getting out of release. And now there's a lot of toys that do go around that area or do stimulate that area, or there's, you know, all sorts of things that you can do with your, you know, your partner can do with his mouth and the fingers. But at the end of the day, sometimes it could be a long period of time. It's still not effective because you don't have the hormones that produce the orgasmic release. For whatever reason, it could be your diet, it could definitely be your age, but most of it because we get stimulated by the clitoris. So, after long research, that's why one of the reasons why you haven't seen me, besides my 3 projects that I have going around here. My burn division, yeah, Mega Moisturizer, my, and of course, that one. So, and that's another subject altogether. So nevertheless, I created a beautiful, glorious cleo-cream. So this cream, now it may not work the very first time because it needs the body to do a little bit of work. But what it does, it has all the herbs. It has a perfect lubrication. And it has the Mega Moisturizer to tighten that area up, just like it tightens the neck. So, probably by the second, maximum the third time that this is applied, you will feel not only more blood circulation, that's basically at the end of the day too, that comes out is you will feel the hardness, if you're a man, you're listening to this, of the clitoris, and that would be the stimulation sign. And yeah, before you know it, you will have a nice orgasmic release, and you'll be very calm for the next 3 or 4 days. Even longer, depending what type of the woman. Now, this is what that looks like. Now, look at that. Even has a nice little angle instrument for application. Now, it might be hard. So you might have to place this entire thing in the glass of water, a warm glass of water, not hot, just warm, and you may have to shake it, but then of course it will come out. Now what I want to show you is the hack that not only you can use it for your lips down there, but you can use it for your lips up here and your what do you call it? As you can see, I've used it. Okay, so you put over here, but what I want to get rid of is these bags, because that's where the hack is. You want to get rid of the bags, and that's what I got from, now I don't want to put it on top. I gotta do my eyelashes on top and they won't stick. This is very, very heavy. It has the tallow, it has the Mega Moisturizer, and the stimulating hurts. Now, I have done it before. It has worked. And hopefully it will work on camera. That's why I actually created, and I mean, after I created it, I'm so happy to make this video. Now, the whole point is that at the end of the day, we need things to help us fight the aging process. Now, you say, well, I don't care. I'm going to die soon. I don't have a partner. And so forth. Well, if you're in your 90s and you're sick and you're diagnosed with a fatal disease, probably I would agree with you. But if you are 90 and you're still healthy, I mean, you can live up to 120 if you take care of yourself. There are records of such. You know, at least 105. So, I mean, that gives you another 20 years minimum. So, why not enjoy the last 20 years with someone that you love? Because at the end of the day, we're a pack animal. And, you know, dying alone is not a nice thing. I mean, I'm not saying to go get yourself a 20-year-old because she's going to use you or a 20-year-old man is going to use you and, you know, for the rest of your life. Unless you're really in love with them. It's a little odd, but someone around your age that they too want to die with someone, you know, you know, company. And you say, well, I don't want to suffer of the pain if they die before I do, or, well, that's something that you're going to have to gamble with. It's better than being completely alone. I mean, something of something is better than nothing of nothing. That's the way I see it. So, while we're waiting for these to work, now, this is definitely not what I'm selling it for. What I have it for is for your Cleo Taurus. So, you can now, I'm going to put it, I haven't put it on the Shopify. Basically, that's the, I mean, I have a lot of different other, I have a lot of other different websites. I even, you know, Amazon. But to put stuff on Amazon is like I had to have an engineer to do it for me, and it cost me money when I can just pop this up on my eBay or my Shopify in 5 minutes. And I even have an AI to help me if I really need assistance. So yeah, and Amazon too, it's a nightmare sending it to their warehouse and things like that. So I mean, it's prestigious. Yeah, I'm on Amazon, but you're not moving any product unless, you know, you're doing the work still. So it's not like just because you're on Amazon you're going to sell stuff. So get that done. Now, as you can see, I always pour 2. I use this. Seems to really cover, but not as much as I would like. I paid $15, believe, for this one, and I paid $2.50 for this one. So, you know, let you know. And they're both, one is not better than the other. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, if you're going to use this, it's going to give you wrinkles. The hormones or whatever, herbs, is going to give you wrinkles. Even if I did try to add the tallow and it just does. So I would not recommend it if you're using it to get rid of the crow's feet. After this, I'm gonna, you know, like the 24 hours next day. I'm gonna have to saturate myself with the Mega Moisturizer. Do I have any here? No, I have it in the bedroom because, yeah, I have some here. This one here, the turkey neck. Well, the Mega Moisturizer is in here. It's in here. That's why when you hear me mention Mega Moisturizer, the turkey neck roll-on is what I have registered, trademarked it for in the US. But the actual Mega Moisturizer is in everything. It's in all of my products. So different versions for different things, like my makeup remover, my candle, my sensual candles, right? So different formulas, but still the base. Not always the base, because in the candles it's the tallow, the base. Because you know, for the candle and the massage, but there's always the Mega Moisturizer. There's always in there because for its proper functions. It has many functions, not just for the wrinkles, like the burn division. Okay, now this is this. Now with the burn division, it's a whole different story. Now this is not the color. See, it's too white. And if I put that, I'm going to look like a ghost, especially when you go outside. Now another tip too, when you go outside, again, don't put your fake eyelashes unless you're going to wear glasses and then take them off in it. Now when I do my construction, I'm going to show you my new little pink vest. Next time I'm going to do a video just on that. See, if I put it on my hand, I can get as close like a palette. That's the other hack that I forgot to mention to her. And you see, I might have to do another little bit more darker. Now again, you don't want it too dark, and you always want to put the foundation all the way down to your neck that it blends into your chest. You don't really want it on your chest, but you want the color to match. You don't want to look like you just did it just around here and you look like clowns. That's usually what they do. That's one of the very things that it is. Not that, you know, like I said, not everybody was born with the education on how to apply makeup, right? And of course the makeup styles change, or fashion style change. Now, as you can see now, this is just blending right into my hand. Not completely, because there's a big pile of it, but I'm talking about the color itself, right? So now, what I can do is, I don't have my mirror. Oh no, don't tell me I don't have a mirror. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use this little mirror because anything else I can't see. And anyone that is over 60, you need a mirror. Now, I'm planning to live for another 60 years. Yeah, that will put me at 120. This is why not only I have all these hacks, but one of the things that the studies show that us women live longer if we do have hormones replacements. And I'm not like here to go out like, yeah, you gotta go out and, you know, go crazy. No, you're gonna need if you're gonna take them internally, a doctor. I'm just talking, if you're gonna do it, that is the safest way that they report it is externally. It's gonna be in the local area, you know, because there are side effects if you do take them, you know, like nausea and things like that. Because I have taken them before, long time ago, and that's why I stopped taking them, because of the side effects. Now, maybe I was too young then too, and I shouldn't have, you know, taken them. Maybe I should have needed them now. Nevertheless, I find that with even my complete tube, and that's 20 mils, because they're a very small amount in this, but enough to be effective. Well, that's where the experimentation was most of it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now, this is, as you can see, I go all the way around and then blend it. As you can see now, I don't really have a round crown. And don't forget to do the top of your forehead, and make sure that it blends, because if you don't blend it, it's going to really stick out like a thumb, right? You know, and especially close to around the eye and things like that. Now, maybe you can start seeing it. I don't know if you can, but what's happening here is the bag down up here starting to deflate, as you can see, and it's just now we got the lower part. Hopefully it'll start from there, started to deflate, and then you'll only be left with the bag here, and then the dot will be disappearing. Yeah, I can put the makeup, like I mentioned, on top of this without having any problems. And so this seemed to be really good. The color seemed to be good. The imperfection, basically the whole thing of the foundation is to hide imperfections, right? You know, one thing that I did notice is with the I'm getting my face more sculptured with a little bit of that hormone cream. My face seems to, without the makeup, and you can see that. You can see where my cheekbones are starting to become more exposed. So not completely exposed, because I'm still swollen here and still swollen here, and of course the bags. But when I'm not, you'll see the face coming up perfectly alive. And next time I'll show you when it was blueberries, that organic coconut wasn't really organic. I don't even think that virgin organic oil, coconut oil, was organic and raw virgin. And yeah, made a total mess on me. So yeah, I lose a week, you know. It's not like, oh, it's okay, you just got an upset stomach. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to do my eyes while we're waiting, and if we have to do any touch-up, and see if you can see it. And I mean, I can start seeing it from here too. The D's are starting to diminish, but you know, we want it to be gone completely. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is, because this stuff is very heavy, it has the tallow and it has the mega moisturizer. It's very heavy on this foundation. So any type of setting powder that matches the color that you're trying to achieve of your face. And what I do is I try to do at least close to the hair so that it gives it a bit of shadow too at the same time underneath. What it really irritates, you know, the extra. And as you can see, you know, do around the shadow of the nose and the chin. So that will produce some shadow by itself, and at the same time, once it's so completely light, you can just rub it on the top. So it gives it a bit of it sets it up, and it doesn't feel so heavy. This is the only time I really recommend these powders, because these powders will give you wrinkles. I don't care what they're made out of, especially the minerals. They will give you wrinkles. I'm a wrinkle expert, because I watch my wrinkles every morning and every night to make sure they don't form. And that's why I created a mega moisturizer to make them disappear. I didn't do that for, you know, nothing else. Well, besides the fact it was for my son eczema. And then I said, well, let's try on this. Okay, so do I have any eyelashes? Because I have basically destroyed all of my eyelashes. And hopefully I may have, for some reason, I always destroy would be my left. And it would be, I don't know how, which one would be for you. But yeah. So, always seems to destroy that one. So when I try to reuse them, I can't because they're all destroyed on this side. I'm getting little notices if you see me make funny faces. Okay, if you haven't heard me before saying it, this is the best glue in the world. If you don't have this glue, yeah. And I've tried many different glues, you know, because I like to, first of all, they have to meet the extra fast dry. Second of all, I like the fact that it's white, and the fact that it's white, you can see where you're actually covering with glue, because when it's not, when it's transparent, well, this will turn transparent, you can't see which area you covered your eyelash or the area. And I like to do both, because when I do both, then I know for sure it's going to last at least 3 days. Now, I want it to last 48 hours minimum. 3 days, by the third day, they look like I've been plucked by like a chicken. Okay, so now the other, see, what I like to do is make sure I got a nice coat on the back. And most important, does not ruin the eyelash. You see what a nice thick layer I put there? Yeah, I'm not, and this stuff does not ruin. It's not like those super glues that then your eyelashes come with it. Did I just do the wrong side? I just did the wrong side again. Like I said, sometimes I don't know the difference between my left or my right. I think I got enough in this one on the thing that I don't even have to do the eyelash itself, actually. Okay, so now what I like the fact, see, no extra tools required. It just falls into place beautifully. Beautifully. And that is due to the glue. If I try to do that with any other glue, forget it. By that time I got my eyelashes, I don't know, my forehead and so forth. Now this one, put a little bit more. And I find if I only put it on the eyelash itself, it does not work as well. I have to put, if I'm going to do one or the other, just on the eyelash, does not work. You might as well just do it on your skin, on the eyelid, if you're going to only do it once. And yeah, so see, and this is going to just fall into place just like that. They almost look natural. Okay, how's my bags? Yeah, they're looking better. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? I'm amazed. Like I said, it does shrink the thing, the bags, but then it really shrinks your skin too. So, be careful. Make sure that you hydrate after or before. And before and after. Okay, so what else are we going to do now with our face? Now what I like is these little tints. You can put these little tints. Just make your lip a little bit, you know, lightly more pink, but nothing like you want to look like a clown. Just like little pink. I like these little tints sometimes. I really like better is the lip liner. Now I don't have my usual lovely eyeliner. What I have is this one, and while we got a new video, we might as well rate this one. This one is called Pillardy. Can't even read it. Nevertheless, those liquid eyeliners, there are hundreds of these, all sorts of different types. This one I like it because it has a very nice packaging effective. The brush is nice and hard. So what I do is I try to get as close to that as I can, and I try to do a dark line just above that. Okay? And what seems that it helps, it makes, as you can see, it grounds those eyelashes, if you want to say grounded, to your to your eyelid. It kind of finishes it off. Okay, that's it. That's all I really, if you're just tuning in and you don't know where my eyeshadow and the rest of the eyeliner inside and out, that is all done by Tattoo. This is why I love it, because that's all I have to do. I was allergic to many cosmetics in my era. Okay, now as you can see, look how nice the hair are now. I didn't have to torture them. I didn't have to heat them up. I didn't have to do any of that. Just have to use the right products. You know, trying to flatten with your flattening iron, your curling iron, it just does damage at the end of the day when you want to get rid of damage. Okay? Like I said, I just got up, put a little bit of conditioner, did my makeup. I still feel a little bit of the moist, but as you can see, the grays now are platinum. Can't do anything. I try to dye them, but the dye doesn't last long. And this has all my white. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I hope you like it. I just wanted to show you. That's why I had to do the back. The back is slightly still red, but that will be the next couple of weeks. From being jet black all my life to being blonde, I like it. Thank you for listening.